This is Area 55 in the Ghor al-Mazrah, or Valley of Farms. 30 years ago, all of this was farmland. Dates, tomatoes and bananas were grown here. But then the government of Jordan stopped piping water to the area. Now, 500 hectares of fields have returned to desert, every sign of cultivation gone. Local farmer Abdullah al-Jafari says the land supported 200 families.
This
area is for the people who live here, the inhabitants of the Aqwa area. They were made to stop cultivating this area, so they don't have an income anymore. It does not bring in any money because planting here has totally stopped. Now there is high unemployment. Everything stopped because of a lack of water.
Jordan is the fourth driest country in the world, and the people of Ghor al-Mazrah now grow their tomatoes and bananas on the few plots they still have water for. All their hopes are set on the long-awaited Red Sea, Dead Sea project. Starting next year, a desalination plant will be built near the Jordanian port of Aqaba, taking salt water from the Red Sea and turning out fresh water. Some will go to towns and farms in southern Jordan, some will be sold to southern Israel. The salt water, which comes out of the desalination plant as waste, will be pumped through a pipeline into the Dead Sea. The water level in the Dead Sea is falling by over a metre every year. Unless it's replenished, it could run dry by the year 2050.
The only strategic solution for Jordan to look for desalination. That's why we decided with our neighbors to go ahead with this desalination plant at Aqaba on the small scale, which will produce around 100 million cubic meters per year as desalinated water. And the brine will go down to the Dead Sea. And the main task of the project is to save the Dead Sea.
If this were a simple desalination project, then the cost of the water coming out of the plant at Aqaba would be about 50 cents per cubic metre. But because of the extra cost involved of pumping the brine water from the plant at Aqaba all the way to the Dead Sea, the cost of the water could be 4 times as much. On economic grounds, this project is dubious, says Friends of the Earth. And then there are the ecological concerns. Abdel Rahman Sultan is from the Friends of the Earth Middle East. He worries what could happen if wastewater from the desalination plant is mixed in with the water of the Dead Sea, which is rich in salts and minerals.
Scientists expect that a white color of precipitate, of gypsum precipitate, will happen on the surface. This will change the Dead Sea characteristic as a beautiful spot for tourism, as a medicinal spot. So scientists have worries about the change of the chemical composition of the upper layer of the Dead Sea from a viewpoint of view and from chemical point of view.
Engineers on the project say the water from the desalination plant will be pumped into the Dead Sea at such a deep level that the surface of the sea will be unaffected. And local farmers don't want the government to start having second thoughts about the scheme. The prospect of new water supplies has got them thinking of new ways to revive their region and their businesses.
With more water, we could build facilities for tourists here. We could start fish farms. We could afford to modernise our agricultural equipment and to generate our own electricity.
The government of Jordan has plans to build up to 5 desalination plants between now and 2050, both to supply water for farms and towns and to replenish the Dead Sea. But this project alone is costing it almost $1 billion. It may struggle to find the money to go further.